Thanks for having us, Doc.
Yeah.
Now, you know, I've known Dick for over a decade, and I've known you for half a decade, and the more I know you, the more similar you are. You're both a pain in the butt as patients, that's for sure. No, no, you're almost equal to him as a pain in the butt, but born in the same day, right?
Yeah.
And you're both Hall of Famers. You were in the Hall of Fame when?
Shoot, 1980.
And Dick?
79.
79.
Yeah.
And how many people are in the Hall of Fame, like 270?
I think it's about 200 and a little over 200.
Yeah, a little over 200. And yet, that's probably the highest honor you can get. But to me, the greatest honor is you guys, after 30 years, are still considered, Dick, the greatest linebacker ever and the greatest passing rusher ever. What was different about you guys?
We came to play. You know, it's a very simple answer. I mean, we came to play every down. This ain't no hope. This is not, but one thing, we coming after you. And that's the way we played it. And that's the similarity that we have in each other. You know, when I stand on the sideline and watch him play, I mean, it was just great to be able to stand there and watch the guy play, because the guy played with the same attitude, whether it was exhibition or whether it was a regular season game.
Yeah, but you guys, I mean, people have said you guys are kind of outliers, like you're genetically different than other people because you're athletic talents, but there's so many gifted athletes out there, and yet you guys are still considered better than people, tens of thousands of athletes after you. So was it your attitude also? I mean, you had to have this meanness to you, to put it lightly.
I think that comes along with playing on defense. I really believe there's a difference between a guy that plays on offense and a guy that plays on defense. The guys on defense are a little bit more aggressive. You know, you'd love to have a guy with the mentality of a defensive player playing on your offensive line. And I think nowadays they try to do that. So saying that, it's just, I think it's a different cat, man, like guys are on defense, because, it's like all against one. He's trying to get to the passer every time. There's a number of guys that's going to try to prevent him, and I'm trying to make the tackle wherever it is on the field, and there's guys coming after me.
I'm thinking about, the Pro Bowl and the commissioner's last statement was, if the guys don't want to play the Pro Bowl, then he's going to cut it out. Okay, now you wouldn't have had that problem
with you guys.
Yeah, well, you wouldn't, because every time the uniform goes on, then we expect to play. We expect to play and play the same tempo, not just go out there because one thing is different. You're in an all-star game. Okay, we're in a football game. And I think that approach to it makes it different for us. I mean, and that's the way we would approach it, no matter how much money was involved.
Now, you guys, like when you tackled somebody, you just didn't tackle him. You kind of twisted him in half and turned him. You did this like little extra step to. Was that to kind of like get him out of the game permanently, or just to?
No, I just
because you loved him.
When I played high school, I was a fullback and linebacker, and I just took whatever bothered me as a running back.
Oh,
and what bothered me as a running back would be getting hit high and almost like a bear hug.
Dick Butkus, the player who perhaps best epitomized the tough and determined identity of the Chicago Bears, has died, according to a couple of reports that are coming in this exact moment in time. The legend was just 80 years old. Dick, actually on Thursday, according to reports, passed away peacefully overnight at his home in Malibu, California, a product of the Chicago's working class South Side and the University of Illinois. Dick became, I remember, a fierce Pro Football Hall of Fame linebacker before embarking on a modest but, of course, enduring television and acting career in the Hollywood. According to their statement that has actually come in, they said after football it was really very difficult for him, and he has been actually struggling a couple of times, but he remains as one of those guys who actually will always be remembered. In his words, in one of the interviews before he passed on, he said football was always his first love, and certainly it didn't mean that he could find something else to do, but he had to do it. And the proof of the pudding is where he ended up to the time when he passed away. He is arguably one of the best linebacks ever to play, possessing strength, agility, quickness, determination, the tenacity to cover the running backs, and of course the tight ends on the same play. And I think he even played for the Bears from around 1965 to 1973, making 7 Pro Bowl teams, collecting 22 interceptions, and of course covering 27 fumbles. He was elected to the Hall of Fame. That was in 1979 and his first year of eligibility. According to what we can look here, he was the youngest of the 9 children, and he was part of the Lithuanian immigrants. In this moment in time, we are sending our deepest condolences to the family, friends, and everyone who was close to the legend Dick. Rest in power, the King, Dick.